Hello, my good people, and thank you for joining this lesson. This is Temed Familia, and in this video, we're going to look at Prediction Series, Mathematics, Grade 9. Without saying much, we're going to start in Section A. Before we start solving and tackling this paper, kindly grab a piece of paper, a calculator, and a pen so that we can work together. We're going to start with the first question, which reads, what is the value of the following? Here we have some operation, we have numbers. So I can see these are two fractions. Here we have the first fraction minus, and then also this one I can treat it as a fraction. Therefore, going to solve it step by step. So the first one we have 22 minus negative 14 all over 6 times negative 2, we get negative 12. So if I take 22 minus and minus 14, so when you have minus and a minus, it becomes a plus. So 22 plus 14 is 36 divided by negative 12. So if you divide these two keenly, you can see the answer is negative 3. That is for the first part. And then we come for the second part. Here we have 4 squared. So if you take 4 times 4, you get it is 16. So it is 16 multiplied by, we have negative 6 minus 12 all over. Here we have 72 divided by negative 8. Sorry for that. So we divide by negative 8. Negative 8 times 3. So 16 times negative 6, it is negative 96 minus 12 all over. If I take 72 divided by negative 8, can see it is negative 9. So here we get negative 9. Then we have times 3 multiplied by 3. So negative 96 minus 12, it is negative 108 divided by negative 9 times 3, we get negative 27. So if I divide these two, you can see we get the answer is 4. So for the first part, this one, the answer was 3. And for the second part, this one, the answer is 4. So we simplify this, we combine. Remember, it was subtraction. So we combine these two. So I'm going to write, here we have negative 3 minus 4. So negative 3 minus 4, we get the answer is negative 7. Looking at the options, I can see the correct answer is C. Continue to number 2. Use mathematical tables to evaluate 0.453 cubed plus cube root of 4394. So the first step is to write this number in standard form. So 0.45 cube will be, we take the decimal place one step to the right, and therefore it will be 4.5 times 10. Remember, if you move to the right, I tell my student that rights and the nyama. So if you move to the right, the sign is negative. So we put 1, then you put negative because we have moved one step to the right. And remember, it was cube. So it will be 4.5 times 10 is negative 1 cube. So you can simplify this by opening the brackets. So we use indices. So I'm going to take what is here. I open by the power. So it will be 4.5 raised to power 3 times 10. Then you multiply these powers. Negative 1 times 3, we get negative 3. This means that we go in our mathematical table and we see what is the cube of 4.5. So allow me to switch. So we have the table of cubes. You can see here we have X, the column of the values, and also here we have some numbers. So we want the cube of 4.5. So we're going to look for 4.5 in this column of X. You can see here we have 1.0 all the way to 2.9. So we continue on the other page. So you can see here we have 4.5 is here. Hello, I don't know whether you're able to see. So 4.5 is here, and its value is 91.13. So 4.5, the cube is 91.13. So if you do this, it will be 91.13. Remember, we had times 10 raised to negative 3. So you can simplify 91.13 times 10 raised to negative 3. And we get it is 0.09113. So we continue. Now on the cube root, allow me to rub this so that we can work out the cube root. So the cube root, here we're going to write also in standard form. So we move the decimal, how many steps? So it will be 1, 2, 3 to the left. So it will be 4.394 times, we have moved how many steps? 1, 2, 3. So 3 steps to the left, it is positive. Then remember, it is cube root, and therefore cube root, you can write it as a power form. So cube root is same as 1 over 3. So I simplify again, we open the bracket, so this will be, what is inside raised to the power? So it will be 4.394 raised to 1 over 3 times 10, open the power, so we multiply 3 times 1 over 3 by 3, 1 by 3, 1, I can see it is 10 power 1. So this means that we read the cube root of 4.394. So we get the cube root of 4.394. Let us go to our table, 4.394. So 4.394, we look for it inside here now, because now we need the cube root. So 4.394. So 4.394. So we look for 4.394 inside. You can see we don't have 4.394. The nearest is 4.331. This is the nearest, 4.331. Let us read the 8th number. So it is on the x, here we have 1.6. And then here we have where it intersects, we get it is 3. So it is 1.63. Let's go back. So it is 1.63. 1.63. But remember, our value here is 4.331, and we wanted 4.394. So 4.394. So we subtract this value, 4.331. So when subtract this, 4 minus 1 is 3, 9 minus 3 is 6. So we look for 63 in the column of add. So we look for 63 in the column of add. So we come here again. So we follow this column, we look for 63. So in this column of add, we don't have 63, but we have 65. So the nearest is 57. So we take this value, we read what is up here, you can see it is 7. And therefore, it is, the cube root is, we add 7. So times 10 raised to power 1. So when you simplify this, it will be 16.37. Remember, you are adding these two. So we're going to add these two. So it will be 0.09113 plus 16.37. So if we add these two, you'll see the answer is 16.46113. Therefore, looking at the options, you can see the correct option is D. So that is the answer to number 2. Continue to question number 3. I hope you're following. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section so that I can repeat whether you never understood. So number 3, here we have the volume of a cubic gift box is 0.729 meters cube. Calculate the length of one side of the cubic box. This is a very simple question. You know that for a cube, all the sides are equal. So to get the volume, so we know that the volume of a cube, all the sides are equal. So you don't say volume is length times length times length, because all the sides are equal. So I can see volume of a cube is equivalent to the side cube, or L cube, because L times L times L is same as L cube. So here we have the volume. So it is 0.729 is equals to L cube. So to get the length, you get cube root on both sides. So L will be cube root of 0.729. So if you take a calculator, cube root of 0.729, you can see the answer is 0.9 meter. And therefore, the correct option is A. Number 4. A farmer harvested 144 bags of maize in one season. The second season, the yield increased in the ratio of 4:3. The farmer supplied all the bags of maize harvested in the second season equally to 3 millers. How many bags of maize did each miller get? So that is also a very simple. So increase in ratio and decrease in ratio. So when you increase a ratio, for example, you can see here, you have 4:3. So this is the new ratio, the original. So to get the increase in price, just take the ratios the way they are. So it will be 4/3 multiplied by for 144 bags. So we multiply by 144. So 4 over 3 times 144. You see it is 182. So it is 182 bags. You can see the bags have increased. But remember, the answer is not A. Remember, he shared equally to 3 millers. So to share means we divide by 3. So we divide by 3 to get the amount of bag each miller received. So 182 divided by 3 and see the answer is 64 bags. And therefore, the answer is C, 64 bags. Number 5. James simplified an algebraic expression and got the answer as x power 4. Which of the following expressions did they likely simplify? So we have options here. Remember the laws of indices. We're going to apply the laws of indices to get the correct option. So for part A, we have x power 4 divided by x power 8. So in dividing two numbers with the same base, for example, a power m divided by a power n, you pick one base, so you pick a, then subtract the powers, it will be m minus n. And therefore, for this case, we pick 1x, it will be x, and then subtract the powers, 4 minus 8. So you can see it is x raised to negative 4. And our answer is x raised to power 4. And therefore, A is not the answer. Let us go to B, or we go to C. So C, sorry for that. So for C, we're going to, he is multiplying. So for C, he is multiplying x power 3 times x power 2. So when you have x power 3 multiplied by x power 2, remember, we pick one base. So we pick x and then you add the powers, 3 plus 2, it is x power 5. And therefore, it is not C. What about B? Here we have x power 2, power of powers, x power 2 raised to 2. So we know that if you have a power m raised to another power n, you simply pick what is inside the bracket, a, then you multiply the powers. So it will be m times n. So for this case, you pick what is inside, it is x, multiply the powers, 2 times 2, it is 4. And therefore, that is likely the expression, and therefore the answer is B. Number 6, we continue, number 6. A tap can take 3 hours to fill a tank whose capacity is 6,000 liters. How long would it take the same tap to fill a tank whose capacity is 10,000 liters? So this is rates of work. These are very simple. So we're going to say 3 hours. So 3 hours, it takes 3 hours to fill 6,000 liters. 6,000 liters. What about 10,000 liters? So what about 10,000 liters? How many hours will it take? So I cross multiply. It will be 3 times 10,000 over 6,000. So we multiply this keenly. So 3 times 10,000 divided by 6,000. You'll see the answer is 5 hours. So it will take 5 hours to fill 10,000 liters. That is true. So the answer is D. Number 7. The class recorded the number of boys and girls participating in 3 different sports using the following matrix. Here we have the matrix. What is the order of the matrix? So you know that for matrices, the order should tell my students RC. So RC, we start by row, and then followed by column. So these are the rows. So these are the rows going this way. These are the rows. Then these are the columns. So it means another pen. So these are the columns. So these are what we call the columns. So how many rows do we have? So we count. To get the order, we count how many rows. So I can see we have 1, 2. So we have 2 rows multiplied by. So not multiply. This means by. So it is 2 by. Then count how many columns. So these are the columns. So, no, sorry. Rows by columns. So these are the rows. 1, 2, 3. Rows kwenda hivi. So 1, 2, 3. Then column. These are the columns. 1, 2. We're going to say it has how many rows? 1, 2, 3. 3 rows. And how many columns? 1, 2. So it is a 3 by 2 matrix. And therefore the order is B. Kindly take note that these are the rows. Then columns, these are the columns. So the answer is 3 by 2. Number 8. Which of the following inequalities is represented by the shaded region? So you can see this is the shaded region. So this is the shaded region. Kwenda hapo juu. So we need to get the inequality. So it is very easy to know. So the first step is to look at the line. You can see the line is continuous. and therefore it is continuous. We know that when it is less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, then we have a continuous line. When we have less than or greater than, we use a dotted line. So you can see the line is continuous, and therefore it can be either this one or this one. And then the second step is to see the line is cutting the y-axis at -1. So you can see the equation of this line is y is equals to -1 because it is cutting the y-axis at -1, and therefore the equation of the line is y is equals to -1. The next step is to see. So they have shaded the upper side. This means that this is the unwanted side, and therefore this is the wanted side. So unwanted, we don't want numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3. Which side do we want? We want numbers like -2, -3. So look here, the numbers that we want, for example, -2 is less than -1. -3 is less than -1. As you go down, the numbers become smaller, and therefore this means that the inequality is y is less than or equal to -1, because we want small values which are less than -1. So that is the inequality. Looking at the options, we don't have it. So it is not A, it is not C, it is not D. So it's supposed to be, for B, supposed to be to have equal. So it is y is less than or equal to 1. And therefore, that is the correct inequality. Number 9. A line which join the points A, 3k and B, -2, 5 as a gradient of -2, 5. Find the value of k. So you know that gradient. So the points are, here we have 2 points. We have 3k, 3 and k, and we have another point, -2, 5. You know that the gradient is changing over, changing x. So I'm going to start with this point. So 5 minus k, 5 minus k over -2 minus 3 is equal to the gradient which we have, -2 over 5. I'm going to simplify this. So this is 5 minus k over -2 minus 3 is -5 is equals to -2 over 5. So by removing what is down here, I multiply this number. So I get 5 minus k is equals to -2 over 5 times -5. So here I have 5 minus k is equals to, by 5, 1 by 5, 1. -2 times -1 is 2. So collecting terms together, I can take k to the right and 2 to the left. So I can see 5 minus 2 is equals to k. And when 5 minus 2, we get 3, and therefore k is equals to 3. Therefore, the correct option is C. K is equals to 3. We continue to number 10. An artist is making a cone-shaped paper hats for a school play. Each hat has a diameter of 14 centimeters and a slant height of 15 centimeters. How much paper is needed to make one hat? So they're talking about surface area. Remember, this is a hat. So hat ni kofia, so we wear it on our head, and therefore inamaanisha huku chini it is open, liingia kwa kichwa. And therefore, the surface area of this cone, we don't include this part. We don't include the circle because it is an open cone. You know that surface area will be the curved surface area of this cone. So curved surface area is given by pi RL, where R is the radius and L is the slant height. So pi is 22 all over 7 multiplied by the radius. So the diameter is 14, radius we divide by 2 to get 7, multiplied by slant height, which is 15. So we multiply this cleanly by 7, 1 by 7, 1, 22 times 15. We see the answer is 330 cubic, not cubic, 330 centimeters square. Therefore, the correct option is A. So that is the answer. So if it is open, we don't include the lower part, the bottom part, which is a circle. Assume it was a solid cone. So if it was a solid cone, surface area will be the area of the bottom, which is a circle, pi r squared, plus the curved surface area. So pi r squared, plus the curved surface area, which is pi RL. So this is for a solid cone. Since this is a hat, this means that this part is open, and therefore we don't include this, the area of the circle. I hope you have understood. Number 11. A metal block has a mass of 12,000 kilograms and a volume of 15 cubic meter. What is its density? Very simple. Know that density is given by mass over volume. So the mass is 12,000 kilograms. We divide by, the volume is 15 cubic meter. So if you divide 12,000 divided by 15, you can see the answer is 800 kilograms per cubic meter. The answer is 800 kilograms per cubic meter. Therefore, the answer is B. Number 12. The figure below represents an open rectangular container. So take note of the word open. This means that this upper part is open, so it is not included. What is the total surface area? So surface area means the area of the faces. So how many faces do we have? We have this face at the front, 1, and one at the back, 2. The ones at the side, 1, 2, and at the bottom. So we don't include the top part. So we're going to start with the one facing us. So the area will be, so I'm going to call it area 1. It will be, because this is 8, also this part is 8. So area of a rectangle is length times width. So it will be 12 times 8. Since there are 2, multiply by 2. Kuna ingine hapo nyuma. So 12 times 8 times 2. You see the answer is 192 centimeters square. So it is 192 centimeters square. Go to area 2. Here side sasa, it is 6 by 8. So it is 6 times 8 multiplied by 2. So 6 times 8, it is 196. So it is 96 centimeters square. Then finally, the area at the bottom, I'm going to call it area 3. So at the bottom, we have 12 by 6. So it will be 12 times 6. Don't include the upper part. So 12 times 6, we get it is 72 centimeters square. So the surface area will be the sum of the faces, the area of the faces. So it is 182 plus 96 plus 72. So if we add these 3, 182 plus 96 plus 72, you can see the answer is 360 centimeters square. And therefore, the correct option is B. So we get 360 centimeters squared. Number 13. Jacob drives 80 kilometers in 2 hours, then drives a further 60 kilometers in 1.5 hours. What is the average speed for his entire journey? So you know that average speed. So average speed is equivalent to total distance traveled over the time taken. So total distance we add. So 80 kilometers plus 60 kilometers, it is 140 kilometers. We divide by time taken, we add the total time taken. So 2 hours plus 1.5 hours, we get it is 3.5 hours. We divide by 3.5 hours. So if you divide 140 divided by 3.5, and see it is 40 kilometers per hour. So the average speed is 40 kilometers per hour. And therefore, the answer is A. Number 14. A car's velocity changes from 20 meters per second to 50 meters per second in 5 seconds. What is its acceleration? So you know that acceleration, A, is given by, it is the final velocity. So final velocity minus initial velocity over the time taken. So acceleration will be the final velocity. You can see it is 50 meters. It's changed from 20 to 50. So it is 50 meters per second minus initial, it is 20. Over the time taken, you can see it is 5 seconds. So over 5. So 50 minus 20 is 30. 30 divided by 5, I can see it is 6 meters per second square. So the acceleration is 6 meters per second square. Therefore, the answer is B. Number 15, on money, this is grade 8 work. On hire purchase, cash price, a very simple, interesting topic. We're going to solve that one also. So it reads, the cash price of a radio is 8,000 shillings. The hire purchase price is 50% more than the cash price. The miller bought the radio on hire purchase by paying a deposit of 2,400 shillings and equal monthly installment of 8,000 shillings. So how many months did she pay the installment? So feel free to pause the video and try that question and then come back and see. So you can see the cash price. I'm going to use CP for cash price. Cash price is 8,000 shillings. So to get the hire purchase price, so hire purchase price will be, it is 50% more. So 50% more means that we add 100 plus 50. So it will be 150 over 100 multiplied by the cash price. So you multiply by 8,000. So you multiply by 8,000. So if you take 150 over 100 times 8,000, you can see the answer is 12,000, and therefore their purchase price is 12,000 Kenyan shillings. Or you can also do another way. You do 50% of the cash price, where it is 50 over 100 times 8,000. So 50 over 100 times 8,000. You'll see it is 4,000. So it is 4,000. So more means imeshinda by 4,000. So if it is 8,000, then higher purchase price we add. So 8,000 plus 4, we'll see the higher purchase price is 12,000. So I was showing you another way. So we continue. Here we have know that higher purchase price is equals to deposit plus monthly installment. So the higher purchase price here we have it is 12,000. So here we have 12,000 is equals to the deposit here, it is 2,400 plus monthly installment. Here we have 800 shillings multiplied by, you don't know how many months. 800 multiplied by, you can call it X, because you don't have the number of months. So I'm going to collect like terms together. So take 2,400 to the left, it becomes a minus. So 12,000 minus 2,400. You see the answer is 9,600. So 9,600 is equals to 800x. To get x, you divide it by 800. You divide also here by 800. So you can see x is equals to 9,600 divided by 800. And the answer is 12. And therefore, he paid in 12 months. And therefore, the answer is C. Number 16. A school globe is spherical in shape with a radius of 14 centimeters. What is the surface area? You know that surface area of a sphere? So surface area of a sphere is given by, surface area is equals to 4 pi r squared. So for a sphere, then the formula is 4 pi r squared. So the surface area here, you have the radius is 14. So this will be 4 times pi. Pi is 22 over 7. Multiplied by the radius is 14. Again times 14. So you can see this is by 7 1, by 7 2. So 4 times 22, it is 88, times 2 times 14. You can see the surface area is 2464. 2464 centimeters square. Therefore, the answer is B. Number 17. Which quadrilateral has all the following properties? Opposite sides are equal. Interior angles add up to 360. Some angles are acute while some others are obtuse. Diagonals bisect at right angles. So parallelogram, B rectangle, C rhombus, D square. It is not, you can see here we have opposite sides are equal and also interiors angle add up to 360. And therefore, it cannot be, some angles are acute while others are obtuse. So when you see obtuse, it cannot be a rectangle and also not a square. The remaining the two, parallelogram and rhombus. So the only quadrilateral which diagonals bisect at right angles is a rhombus, not A. And therefore, the answer is C. For rhombus, diagonals bisect at right angles. So the answer is C. Number 18. The figure below represents a rectangular plot of land drawn to scale 1:1,000. So this one means 1 centimeter on the paper or 1 centimeter on the map represent 1,000 centimeters on the ground. So that is the interpretation of scale. So this is a scale in a ratio form. What is the actual area of the plot of land in acres? So the first step, because you are told here it is drawn to scale, you have to measure. So you measure this side, the length, and you measure the width. So I measured this and I was able to see that the length is 6 centimeters and also the width is 4 centimeters. So this is on the paper. So I have to convert using this scale. So remember I've said 1 centimeter on the paper represent 1,000 centimeters on the ground, and you want the actual area. So this means the area on the ground. So I'm going to convert by using this. So 1 centimeters represent 1,000 centimeters. What about 6 centimeters? What about 6 centimeters? So we're going to multiply. You can see clearly it is 6 times 1,000. It is 6,000 centimeters. 6,000 centimeters. So you multiply, it is 6,000 centimeters on the ground. So 6,000 centimeters, that is the length. What about the width? I'm also going to convert. So I'm going to rub here and put what about 4. So very simple, what about 4 centimeters? You just multiply 4 times 1,000. You can see the width will be 4 times 1,000, you get 4,000 centimeters. You can convert this into meters because we want the area in acres. So I divide by 100, So the length will be divided by 100, 0 mbili na cancel, tunabaki na 60 meters. And the width, if you divide by 100, we get 40 meters. So to get the area, we know that the area of a rectangle is given by length times width. So our area will be, the length is 60 meters. I hope you are following. 60 times 40. We multiply 60 times 40, we get 2,400 square meters. So 2,400 square meters. Remember, we want the area in acres. And you know that 1 hectares, not acre, 1 hectares is equals to 10,000 square meters. So what about 2,400? It will be how many hectares? So we're going to multiply, it will be 1 times 24 divided by 10,000. So simply divide this by 10,000. And you can see when you divide 0 mbili na hawa wawili, it will remain with 24 divided by 100. It is 0.24 hectares. And therefore, the answer is D, 0.24. Continue to number 19. Calculate the number of sides of a regular polygon whose exterior angle is 120 degrees. So you know that the formula, when you have a exterior angle is given by 360 over n. So 360 over n, where n is the number of sides. Here we have the size is 120, so I'm going to put 120 is equals to 360 over n. So we want n, the simplest way, just take n, I put it here, 120, I put down there. So n will be 360 over 120. So if I take 360 divided by 120, you can see the answer is 3, and therefore the number of sides are 3. So we get the answer is B, n is equals to 3. So we continue with the number 20. Number 20, here we have a graph below shows a motorist journey from town L to town K and back. What was the motorist average speed in kilometers per hour for the whole journey? So I was able to study this graph. It's not that accurate, but I'm going to guide you on how to do this. So to get the average speed, you get the average distance covered. So you're going to add the distance the motorist was traveling. So for example, from here to here, you read this distance. From here to here, you read that distance. You add all the distance traveled and then divide by total time taken. So from 7:30 to 11:30, that is around 4 hours. So you divide by that 4 hours. But because this graph is not that clear, I'm not going to do this one, but I've guided you. You take the distances and then add them, divide by the total time taken. So you'll get the answer. To continue we're done with section A. Let me know if you're following by liking this video. Thank you so much for your responses. I really appreciate it. So thank you for liking. So we continue with section B. Here we have 30 marks. Write the following expressions in logarithmic notation. So we know that if you have log of maybe an A to base B is equals to a constant C, you know that it is very simple to change this into index notation. It is B raised to C. So it will be B raised to C is equals to whatever that we have it here. So it is equals to A. So looking at this, I can call this is my B. So 10, so I can say B is equals to 10. What about C? The power, I can say C is 4. And then here we have the constant value. So A is equals to 10,000. So A is equals to 10,000. Then I can just write, then I can say it is log of B. What is B? B, it is base 10. And then what is A is 10,000 is equals to, what is the constant? It is equals to 4. So when you change, you can see 10 raised to 4 is equals to 10,000. That is true. 10 raised to 4 is equals to 10,000. And therefore, that is the answer to number 21. Number 22. Evaluate 3 marks. So we're going to use board mass. Very simple. So going to apply BODMAS. So BODMAS, say we start with of. What is inside the bracket first? We start with what is inside the bracket. So this will be a half of. Of means multiplication. So we do what is inside. So going to, this is 10 over 3 times 2 over 5 plus, convert to this, it will be 4 times 4, 16 plus 3, 19 over 4 divided by 1 over 4. So it will be a half of, so we multiply, so 10 over 3 times 2 over 5, so by 5, 1 by 5, 2, so by 5, 1 by 5, 2, 2 times 2, it will be 4 over 3. Here we have plus 19 over 4 divided by 1 over 4. So next, remember it was off. So off, we multiply these two. So by 2, 1 by 2, 2. We multiply, you get it is 2 over 3 plus 19 over 4 divided by 1 over 4. We continue on the right. So next step is to divide, start with division. So this will be 2 over 3 plus, so we divide 19 over 4. We change the sign, it becomes multiplication, then we flip, so times 4 over 1. So by 4, 1 by 4, 1. So this will remain with 2 over 3 times 19 over 1. So we multiply 2 over 3 times 19. You can see that the answer is 38 over 3. Sorry, 38 over 3. Or we can say, as a simplified, as a combined fraction, it is 12 and 2 over 3. So the answer is 12, 2 over 3. Number 23, on rates of work. 4 men can paint a wall in 8 days. How long will it take 8 men to paint the same wall, working at the same rate? So here we have days. I'm going to have here a column. So here we have days. And then here we have, let us start with men. So 4 men. So here we have men. And then we have days. So 4 men take 8 days. How long will it take 8 men? So 8 men don't have the days. So I like teaching students by reasoning. So you ask yourself, if 4 men can take 8 days, what about 8 men? Will they take more days or less days? You can see the number of men has increased and therefore the days will reduce. So wamekuwa wengi and therefore they'll take less days. So you pick between 4 and 8, which one is less? So 4 is less than 8. So we pick the last one, 4 over 8 multiplied by 8. So by 8, 1 by 8, 1, you can see it is 4 days. They're going to take less days because there are many or may increase, and therefore the answer is 4 days. Number 25. Rectangular garden has its length as 2x plus 4 meters and its width as x minus 2 meters. If the perimeter of the garden is less than 40 meters, part A, form a linear inequality to represent this information, 2 marks. So you know that for perimeter, so perimeter of a rectangle, it's given by twice the length plus twice the width. The perimeter will be twice the length, so it will be 2 into 2x plus 4 plus twice the width, 2 into x minus 2. So our perimeter will be, this will be 4x plus 8, 4x plus 8, 4x plus 8, plus 2x minus 4. So we combine like terms together. So our perimeter will be 4x plus 2x. This will be 6x. And then plus 8 minus 4. So 8 minus 4 is positive 4. So our perimeter is 6x plus 4. So our perimeter is 6x plus 4. I'm struggling to write 6x plus 4. Remember, the perimeter is less than 40. So we need the inequality. So we're going to say 6x plus 4. The perimeter itself is less than 40. So collecting like terms together, 40 plus 4 can to the right and minor. So you remain with 6x is less than 40 minus 4. And then 6x is less than, what is 40 minus 4? It is 36. So 6x is less than 36. And then part B, solve for x in the inequality. You can easily solve for this inequality. Remember, they were saying just leave for number A. We form linear inequality to represent the information. So part A, the answer is here. 6x plus 4 is less than 40, the perimeter. So to solve, we just take that 6x plus 4. That's what I was doing. So to solve for x, 6x plus 4 is less than 40. Taking 4 to the right, it becomes a minus. So we remain with 6x is less than 36. And divide by 6. Divide by 6 to get x. And therefore we can see x is less than 6 divided by 6. X is less than 6. That is the value of x. Number 25. On the diagram below, the line whose equation is 2y plus 3x is equals to 12 passes through points A and B. Determine the coordinates of points A and B. So you can see B is cutting the y-axis and A is cutting the x-axis. So this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. So to get coordinate of A, you need to get the x-intercept. So to get y, so this is our equation. The equation is 2y plus 3x is equals to 12. I can simplify, take positive 3x to the left. So this is 2y is equals to, it becomes negative 3x plus 12. So you can divide by 2 here. Divide by 2 here. Divide by 2. Divide everything by 2. I can see that my equation of this line is y is equals to negative 3 over 2x plus 12 divided by 2 is 6. So to get the coordinates of point A is the x-intercept because it is cutting the x-axis. So x-intercept, you know that x-intercept is when y is equals to 0. So where we have y in this equation, we put 0. So this is our equation. So where we have y, we put 0. So you can see where we have y, we put 0. So 0 is equals to negative 3 over 2x plus 6. So to get x, I take negative 3 over 2 to the left, it becomes positive. So 3 over 2 x is equals to positive 6. So to get x multiplied by the reciprocal times 2 over 3. So I multiply here times 2 over 3 times 2 over 3. So I can see x is equals to, is the cancel. So by 3, 1 by 3, 2, 2 times 2, I can see x is equals to 4. So the coordinate of point A, I'm going to say coordinate of point A, it will be x is equals to 4. And then remember y is 0. So it is 4, 0. That is for point A. What about point B? I'm going to do the same for point B. So allow me to maybe rub here so that you can work for point B. So point B, so you want, it is cutting the y-intercept because this is the y-axis. So y-intercept, we know that we want to get y-intercept. It is when x is equals to 0. So for this equation where we have x, we put 0. So we put here 0, 3 times negative 3 over 2, it becomes 0. So you can see my y is equals to positive 6. So y is equals to 6. So the coordinate of point B will be x is 0 and y is 6. So B is 0, 6. And we're going to score those 3 marks. So you're done with number 25. Let us go on to number 26. Gilu borrowed 60,000 from a bank. The bank charged a simple interest at the rate of 10%. It is not clear, not visible, but I'm going to read for you. So the rate is 10% per annum. She paid back the money after a period of 2 years. Find the amount she paid back. So this is simple interest. So we're going to say, know that the rate is given there. It is 10%. Not see it, but it is 10%. What about this is borrowed. So this is the principal. So principal is the amount deposited or borrowed. So P is equals to 60,000. 60,000. What is the time? Time is equals to 2 years. So T is equals to 2 years. So you know that for simple interest is equals to the formula. It is PRT over 100. So to get the interest first, because this is simple interest, it is the principal, 60,000, 60,000 60,000 multiplied by the rate is 10%, multiplied by the time is 2 years, divided by 100. So the interest will be, so we multiply the 60,000 times 10 times 2 divided by 100, and see the interest is 12,000. So the interest will be 12,000 shillings. So to get the amount, because the question is asking, find the amount she paid back. So the amount, this is the interest earned on 60,000 deposited. So the amount, you know that amount A is equals to principal plus the interest. So the amount is the principal, the money borrowed, which is 60,000, plus the interest, which is 12,000. So we're going to add 12,000. So 60,000 plus 12,000. You can see the answer is 72,000. So the amount paid back is 72,000 Kenyan shillings. And therefore, that is the answer to part 26, question number 26. Here you have number 27. 27 is, this is a flower pot. It's shaped like a frustum of a cone. The top diameter 20 centimeters, bottom diameter 14 centimeters, and height 1 centimeter, as shown. Determine the volume of the flower pot. So the volume of this flower pot will be the volume of the whole thing, which is a cone, minus the volume of this removed cone. So it will be the volume of the whole cone minus the volume of this removed cone. So I'm going to get the height of this removed cone. So I'm going to draw here a line. So sorry for that. So we draw a straight line. So from here to here, maybe the height of this removed cone, it is, you can see from here to here is 42, from here to here is 21, and therefore the height is 42 minus 21, the height is 21 centimeters. So the volume of this flower pot will be, so volume will be, know that the volume of a cone is a third pi r squared h. So it will be the volume of the whole cone minus the volume of this cut cone, the removed cone, which is dotted. So minus a third pi r squared h. So I'm going to use small r for smaller radius, small h for smaller height, capital R for bigger radius, small capital H for bigger height. So it will be a third times pi 22 all over 7 times the bigger radius. The bigger radius is here. Diameter is 28 divided by 2. So it is 14 squared multiplied by the height. The height of the bigger cone is from here to here. So it is 42. So we multiply this. A third times 22 over 7 times 14 squared times 42. You can see it is 8624. So the volume of the bigger cone is 8624 cubic centimeter. What about the removed cone? This one here, its volume will be, this will be a third times pi 22 over 7 times the smaller radius. This is the smaller radius, so it is 14. So the radius will be divided by 2. It is 7 squared multiplied by the height. So from here to here it is 21 times 21. We multiply that 1 over 3 times 22 over 7 times 7 squared times 21. You'll see it is 1078. So 1078 cubic centimeter. So the volume of the frustum, this flower pot, will be the difference between the two volumes. So it will be, so the volume will be, it is 8,624 minus 1078. So we'll subtract these two, 8,624 minus the answer. You can see the volume is 7,556. 546 cubic centimeter. That is the volume of this flower pot. We score those 3 marks. So you continue, you can see it's almost 50 minutes. So you remain with question number 28 on drawing a pentagon. So I'm going to show you how to draw a pentagon. And also, let us look at number 29 so that we can finish this paper. So number 29, you can finish this paper. So 29 is saying a basket contains balls numbered from 30 to 40. A student randomly picks a one ball. Find the probability this number on the ball is A, a prime number, a multiple of 4. So we know that the outcomes will be a student can pick from 30 to 40. He can pick number 30, can pick number 31, can pick number 32, you can pick number 33, can pick number 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. These are the outcomes. So a prime number, probability of picking a prime number. So ask yourself, how many prime numbers do we have? So we count how many prime numbers. This is 1. Another prime number, we have that 7. Another prime number. So we only have 2 prime numbers because 39 is not a prime number. So it is 2 over how many numbers do we have? We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it is 2 over 11. So that is the probability of picking a prime number. Part B, a multiple of 4. So a multiple of 4 means it can be divided by 4. So probability of picking a multiple of 4 will be, so multiple of 4, how many numbers? If you take that 2 divided by 4, this is a multiple of 4. What about that 4 divided by 4? It's not a multiple. What about that 6? This is a multiple of 4. That 6 divided by 4, get 9. What about 38? 38 is not a multiple of 4. 39. What about 40? 40 is a multiple of 4. So probability of picking number multiple of 4 will be, we have 3 numbers, so it is 3 over the total, which is 11. Therefore, that is the answer to part B. Thank you so much for following along. Don't forget to like this video and also share and subscribe to this channel. So I'm going to do a video on how to draw a regular pentagon. See you in the next video. Best wishes.